Hello, hello, Math Kiddios. I think we have all the problems worked out with my computer, so let's try this again. And I have the wrong one in there, so hang on. That says 9. We want 10. So let me pause. And look, it's magic. It is. Anyway. Notes for number sense 10. We are adding integers with different signs. Different signs. I saw the sign. Signs, signs, everywhere signs. Alright, that's enough. So put your name up here. And if you're Miss Sissel's kid, put your roster number. If you're Miss Armstrong's, put the date. Alright? And now, let's begin. So the steps for adding integers with different signs, first thing you want to do is subtract. I know, you guys are going, wait! You said adding, not subtract. Watch. Just watch. You're going to subtract I started to write greater. We want the lesser or smaller absolute value from the greater absolute value. This is why we taught you absolute value before we did this. Okay? And then use the sign of the greater absolute value in the sum. So let's look at these words. Lesser, smaller, greater, bigger. Sum, the answer to an addition problem. So even though we're subtracting, this is an addition problem. So watch and learn, my little chicky poops. 3 plus -7. See, it's addition. Now it says to get the absolute value. The value of 3 is 3, and the absolute value of -7 is what? Thank you, because absolute value has no sign. It's positive. All right, so we're going to subtract the lesser from the greater. That means 7 minus 3, okay, which equals 4. So we're going to put the answer here, 4. And the second thing says use the sign of the greater sum. Well, 7 is greater as an absolute value, so we're going to take this sign, and we now have -4. Okay, I'm going to move that negative. I don't like it up there. Okay, -4. That is our answer for that, -4. Okay, let's look at the next one. It says -28 plus 13. So the absolute value of 28, or -28 is 28. And the absolute value of 13 is 13. So we're going to subtract 28 minus 13. And that's going to give us 15. And then we take the sign. This becomes -15. Okay, I know that's kind of hard to see, isn't it? Isn't it? Let me give you a little. Like the sound effects? Ding, wah, boo, pow, pow, showy. There we go. Now you can read it because, you know, it's not in orange anymore. I just need to remember, don't pull out the orange or the yellow because we can't see those. All right, 15 plus -14. So we have absolute value of 15 is 15, absolute value of -14 is 14. So that means we're going to do 15 minus 14, which equals 1. And the sign we're going to use is this one, right? So we take this sign over here. Pow! So our answer is +1. And then we've got 27 plus -54. 27, the absolute value is 27. -54, the absolute value is 54. So that means we're going to start with 54 and subtract 27. And that's going to give us 27. 5, 4, 3, yep, 27. So 27 is the answer for the numeral, and then we need this sign. So our answer is negative 27. Okay? Now, here is a super duper easy peasy way to do it. If you don't want to look at that, you can draw little counters. And just remember, positive and negative cancel each other out. So if you've got 5 positives, plus, 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 and you've got 8 negatives, minus, 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 there we go. I should have probably said negative, 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 and positive, 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 but plus and minus is easier. Anyway, positive 1, negative 1, cancel, make a 0. That cancels, that cancels, that cancels, that cancels. All we've got left is 1, 2, 3, and they're all negative, minus 3. So 5 plus negative 8 is negative 3. I know. Look at your neighbor and say, that was so easy. Be prepared to be amazed. We're now going to look at number lines. I know you love number lines just as much as I do. So let's look at this. Negative 8 plus 5. So it's the same thing up here. Let's see if it works on a number line. So we're going to start off at the negative 8. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here's my negative 8. Okay, and then it says to add positive 5. Because we're adding a positive 5, we're going to go to the right because 5 is positive and positive goes that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I didn't number everything. 1, 2, 3. Hey, look at that. It's negative 3. Negative 3. Same thing as up there. Isn't that cool? All right. If you don't believe me it works every time, let's try this one. 7 plus negative 8. So we have to go to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's my 7. Okay? Positive 7. Now we're adding a negative 8. Because it's a negative 8, we have to go to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Negative 8 gives me a negative 1. Negative 1. Look at that. Too easy, right? Super easy. Which means flip it. We're going to flip it good. And let's do some guided practice. So in the models below, each white circle is a positive and the gray circle is a negative. So which model shows positive 6 plus negative 3? Well, let's see. Plus, oops, no. Those are negatives. The gray ones are negatives. So negative, 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 negative. Wait a minute. That's 4 negatives. We only have 3. Forget that. Negative, negative, negative. Oh, way too many. Not that one. Negative, 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 negative. There's 5 of them. That's not going to work. So, okay, 1, 2, 3, and then we've got positive 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's D. There we go. Yay! Give yourself a high five on the forehead. Ha ha! All right. Number 2. Which number sentence best represents the model below? Well, let's figure out what this says. We're starting at 6 because, see, the line goes that way. We know that because the arrow's there. So we're starting at 6, and then we're going to the left, so it's a negative 1, 2, 3, 4, plus negative 4 equals 2. So we're looking for 6 plus negative 4 equals 2. Well, that's not it. And that's not it. And that's not it. So, oh, is that it? Is that it? Yes, thank you very much for that person who said it's plus a negative because you change it. There you go. D. D. Number 3. A team of 4 players competed in a golf contest. The names and scores of the players on the team are shown in the table. And the team's score is the sum of all the scores. What is the team's score? So the team's score is the sum of all the scores. So 5 plus 4 plus negative 6 plus negative 4. Well, first thing I want to say is you could write that out. 5 plus 4 plus negative 6 plus negative 4. Now I see that I've got a positive 4 and a negative 4. So if I have a positive 4 and a negative 4, they cancel and become a 0. So I'm left with just 5 plus negative 6. Well, the absolute value is 5, and the absolute value of negative 6 is 6, so I'm going to do 6 minus 5 equals 1, and 6 has the bigger sign. Well, 6 is the bigger absolute value, so we use that sign. So my answer is going to be negative 1. So, ta-da, right there. Okay? Okay, the last one I want you to do, and let's see who gets it right all by themselves, okay? So, the model below can be used to find the sum of negative 5 and positive 3. What is the sum, that's addition, of negative 5 and positive 3? I want you to do it and come up with an answer and shout it out. On your mark, get set, go! What's the answer? Okie dokie. Stop. Calm down. Calm down. All right. 1 makes a 0. That one makes a 0. And that one makes a 0. So all we have left are 2 negatives. Ta-da! All right. So now, get busy. You've got a math practice, so get her done. And I'll see you here later. Bye-bye. So long. Return to me with joy and honor.